Streetwise Live. Looking for new and exciting investment opportunities? Learn from the experts about companies on the cutting edge of new discovery and companies reshaping industries. We ask the questions, you get the answers. And now for your host, Cyndi Edwards.
Welcome to Streetwise Live, the show that introduces investors to public companies that are generating excitement amongst analysts. So let's talk gold. Dakota Gold, stock symbol DC on the New York Stock Exchange, is headed by two mining heavyweights. The company recently raised $50 million in a private placement to explore for gold in a historic gold mining district in South Dakota. Here to tell us why he thinks Dakota Gold is a good investment opportunity is Matt Badiali, founder of Mangrove Investor Media. Matt is a geologist and an investment analyst, and when he's not picking hot stocks, you can find him surfing, boating, or fishing. You have a great life, Matt, don't you?
Thanks for the introduction, Cyndi. It's not bad. I'll keep it.
Okay, inflation rates are up. So why does that make gold attractive right now?
Yeah, gold is kind of a traditional inflation hedge because when you can't make money from interest rates, so putting your money in a bond doesn't make you enough money to offset inflation. You put your money in tangible things like gold or real estate that respond to inflation. And right now, gold hasn't really responded the way it has historically. So in the 1980s, the gold price ran up several 100%. In another period where we had really terrible real interest rates in the 1970s, gold went up several 100%. We haven't seen that response yet for the gold price, but I think it's ahead of us.
Okay, you did say we haven't seen it yet, so it might be coming. All right, so what is it about Dakota Gold that you like?
Well, you touched on it in your intro. I think the company is run by two outstanding members of the mining community. And in exploration, we really want to know who. We want to back people who have been there, done that. We don't want to pay for someone's tuition to learn how to be a mining executive. And let's start with Bob Quartermain. He's an absolute heavyweight. He spent 25 years taking a silver standard from a tiny little explorer to a producing company. Then he moved on to Pretium, where he had a project that he took on, had some high-grade gold and turned it into a gold mine, which he then sold to Newcrest recently for $2.8 billion. He's the chairman, and he owns over 10% of Dakota Gold. Then John Odd, who's the CEO, he owns about 9% of this company, which is great. We want to see management put their money where their mouth is. So seeing him with a big stake is important. John founded a company called Gold Standard, which had a little project in Nevada. And John did a great job of acquiring land, empowering his team to explore. They made a discovery called Dark Star, and that company is now building a new mine. And John has moved on to Dakota Gold. So I'm really excited to see these two guys at the helm. That's, to me, the most important part of this. The second part is the project that they've gone after is phenomenal. This is the old Homestake region in South Dakota. Homestake produced gold for 145 years, had about 40 million ounces of gold produced. This is a historic mining area, and for those of you who know anything about gold mines, there's an old saying that's a truism, really, that the best place to find a new gold mine is in the shadow of the head frame of an existing gold mine. So I love these kind of brownfield developments. I think it's really a great place to do work. In this area, there hasn't been any new exploration in this area in the last at least 20 years. But they have, I think, a 30 or 40 year data set from the existing mines that they can digitize, they can apply modern computer techniques to. So they're going to have a fantastic data set to work from to go out and explore this land package. And John has put together an absolutely massive area around the old mine, 42,000 acres to work with. They have this massive historical data set. And they have a great geologic team. I think this is going to be a real winner.
How common is it for a junior mining company to raise $50 million in a private placement?
In this market, it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. That, I think, speaks to, first of all, the track record, the history, of these two men and kind of their credibility. So they're backed by Barrick Gold, one of the world's largest gold miners, who owns Barrick also owns a position in this company. They did 3 deals with Barrick to acquire some of this ground. So, this is an anomaly in this gold market, and I'm really excited to see how it goes.
All right. So what should investors in Dakota Gold be paying attention to?
Well, if you're already a shareholder, then you're just sitting back and watching for news flow. The company has a 23,000 meter drill program ongoing. They have multiple targets, and these guys are savvy when it comes to kind of the opening salvo. They're drilling the low-hanging fruit first. They want to come out with good news. They want to reward shareholders, and so that's what you should be looking for.
All right. I want to know, is this a long-term investment? And if so, what do you consider long-term?
Yeah, that's a great question. I do think it's a long-term investment. So the news flow is going to be a couple months out, maybe 3, maybe 4. So as this market grinds on, we really don't know what the broader market's going to do. But I suspect that it's going to be more painful in the short term before it gets, less painful. So this is a great time to be accumulating shares. So that would be, but I think if I'm going to own one gold stock in this market, I think it's going to start with Dakota Gold.
All right. The stock symbol for Dakota Gold is DC on the New York Stock Exchange. Matt Badiali, thank you very much for joining us today. And you can follow, always nice to talk to you. And you can follow Matt at mangroveinvestor.com and, of course, at Streetwise Reports. To everyone who's watching, thank you so much for insight on emerging public companies. Please subscribe to our channel and also check out the podcast Streetwise Listens with Lee Cummings. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.